going, everybody? Lovely and Diecast coming back at you with F1 cars today. We do have the B case. This is the second mix of the year for these new F1 premium cars. So we're doing this for completion purposes on the channel, but I think people enjoy this. I'm not a huge F1 guy. I don't know everything there is about F1, but I love diecast, as you guys know, and I like to be a completist. So this one we're going to start with is Williams Racing, the FW46. This is for number 23 for the year. Card art looks good as usual. So we'll get this one cracked out. Again, they don't necessarily dictate the driver per se, although the driver's helmet and stuff is printed up in there. They do come on the same plinths as the first mix. There is just one simple screw in the bottom, nothing big or fancy. And it's very, very simple to get it off. It's not like some of that stuff in the late 90s and early 2000s where, you know, Hot Wheels would crank those things down to the ground. So there is our Williams, our first one, number 23. Does use the white printed tires on there, which looks really, really good. Prints on this look very superb, as you'd expect. The helmet print in there is the best part by far. A lot of details in there. It looks really crisp. I think Hot Wheels has done a really good job of printing up these F1 cars that have some very, very interesting features and surfaces to deal with. But I think they've done a really, really good job. All of these cars are tailored to the teams, so these are all going to be different. You see right here on the bottom, it is listed as the Williams FW46, which is proper. Details in the back, a little bit of print on the wing there in Kraken. The wing itself is plastic, which is fine. The bigger, fatter tires in the back, skinnier ones in the front, so it's very, very appropriate. And of course, your good old Duracell battery right there on the top to catch all that wind and all that good stuff like that. It's pretty nice. These F1 cars are probably some of the best cars you can get in the 1/64 scale. I think they're even better quality than like Tarmac. They're not better than like Spark, but they're definitely better than Tarmac, at least in my personal opinion. All right, just like the first mix, we're going to get both teammates in the mix. So this is teammate number 43 for the same Williams team. So we'll get this one cracked out of here. It's going to be the exact same Williams car, just decoed up with the other team. Number 43 on there. A little bit of differences maybe here and there. Actually, it looks like the prints are exactly the same except for the yellow print right there on the top of that arrow bit on the top, or whatever exactly that is. You guys know exactly specifically what that is on the top, or if it's just a camera, who knows. But drop a comment. No shame here admitting I don't know that much about F1. So throw this guy up here being the teammate. Number 43 uses the same white print on the tires, so no differences there. Other than that, the print looks actually exactly the same, just different for the number on there, and of course, completely different helmet in there, obviously for a completely different driver. So I think that's where a lot of the cost goes into this particular model for Hot Wheels, is printing up that helmet because it is such a small piece, and of course you got to get prints all the way around it. But they've done such a good job. I mean, I'm really blown away at how well Hot Wheels has actually executed these F1 models. I'm really just really blown away. I honestly thought that their premium ones, like I mentioned in the first mix, were just going to be premium versions of the mainline car. I honestly thought. All right, moving on to our next team, McLaren Formula One. This is for number 81. So McLaren Formula One, number 81. This will be different on the aero bits and stuff versus the Williams. Hot Wheels is very, very good at that. I've always loved the McLarens because I really like those four-color details they have for the wheels. Kind of looks like one of those Simons Says deals. So you can see right off the bat the side mirrors are significantly different on this one compared to the Williams. So we'll get this one off of there with just one single screw. Very, very nice and simple. I like how easy that is. There is the deets on the side. Looks very, very good. Of course, Google Chrome. You got MasterCard up in there. There is your helmet details, which looks really, really good. I do think they might have a driver name printed on there, potentially, or something similar to that. Maybe not. But they do have quite a bit of print on there. Looks really, really good. A couple of the MasterCard logos there on the front wing as well. The wings are probably going to be similar. But if you look at the bottom here, you can see this one is actually the McLaren MCL 38. Those arrow bits underneath are just a little bit, and I'll just showcase that real quick. So you take a look at the bits under here. It may not seem that dramatic to you on the camera, but there are different bits to them. The arrow, blades are a little bit different sized, and kind of all that little bits like that. So it looks good. Looks good. The main chassis of the car is pretty much the same between all of them, which is that metal center section, but the rest of them, the rest of the plastic bits on the side are different for each particular manufacturer. McLaren there on the back looks good. Looks really, really good. Just superb quality. Just really, really good quality. I honestly think Hot Wheels does surprisingly one of the best F1s in 116 that there is. It just blows me away. All right, number 4, teammate number 4. So get this one cracked open. If you guys are asking me to don the names, I suppose I can do that for the third mix. I'll actually take the time to look it up. Again, I'm more of a diecast fan than an F1 fan, but I do respect F1 as the top tier of the world for sure. So get this one there. There we go. So there is the teammate again with those really cool wheels on there. A little bit of different prints for like maybe just the numbers really. It's actually quite shocking how similar the paint schemes are between teams. It's kind of crazy. You'd think there'd be a little bit more difference in there, but actually there's not. The helmets are quite different, obviously. Helmet looks pretty good. The driver down in there. Of course, you always have a little bit of a color difference right there on the top. This one being yellow. The other one was solid black. Looks good. White walled tires as well. Little tiny DeWalt right there as well. So, little cool little, advertiser tidbits on there. So I'll throw that guy right there. And then the last team we have up here in the mix is for Kick Sauber. So Kick Sauber F1. This is for number 77 to kick it off for this team. So like the first mix, there are 3 teams. So this covers the next 3 teams. This one's really, really nice. It's all gloss black. Looks really, really, really good. Of course, black and green. I think those decals look really good. I especially like the print on these tires as well. So a little bit disappointed with that Williams team. Maybe they should do blue wheels. Might look a little bit better. The prints on this one look really good. Actually makes them look kind of like truck tires. I think you might be able to get away with using these wheels on like a custom semi. If you wanted to make a racing semi, this actually might work out quite well. It actually gives me a pretty good idea. Gloss black on this one looks really, really good with the green. You can see that bit on the top is just solid black. Bits on the bottom again. Sauber C44 is the model. Again, those arrow bits are significantly different for each team. The metal bits are all the same though, so the wings are the same between every single one, which is fine. But details look pretty good. The prints are basically premium print. We remember on the Williams and the McLaren, they're a little bit more grainy, a little bit more pixelated prints on there. So it looks really, really good. A little bit of details on the back with this little fin piece as well. Looks good. So I actually like this one. I like this one a lot. This one looks pretty good, even with the halo on there. So we'll throw that guy down there. And then the last one in the mix is for number 24, teammate number 24 in the mix. Again, it's going to be exactly the same paint deco. See, this guy does have the yellow bit on the top. So it seems to be the only thing difference between all of these, which is fine. But, I just think that if we're teammates, they should change it up just a little bit more. Does have the same nice print on there for the tires and everything. Same print and stuff like that on the actual model. There's the helmet print. Sorry about that. Helmet print looks very good. Crisp. That one's pretty pixelated. I think they use that for the higher detail they need to get into for certain prints. But it looks really good. Again, those wheels just look like truck tires. But I like it. I like it. It's very, very cool, very different. Not too bad. Not too bad. That's a pretty good mix. Mix number 2. So now we've gotten 6 total teams for the year. So I assume we'll get maybe one more mix, maybe 2. And then, of course, next year for 2026, we should get the 2025 models and so on and so forth, however long Hot Wheels decides to run with the license. So there you go. That is mix number 2, Hot Wheels F1 Premium. coming from a person who is not an F1 fan, just a diecast fan. So don't hesitate to roast me down in the comments. That's perfectly fine. We'll catch you next time on LMD. Peace.